for those of you who, for some reason, know nothing about the Hunger Games Adventures, the Hunger Games Adventures is the franchise's official Facebook game. I hate Facebook games, but I love the Hunger Games Adventures. I am not bored with it yet. I still play it. And every few months, they've been releasing a new chain of quests that are set in a different district. So a few months ago, we learned the location of District 4 when they unlocked all of the District 4 quests. And before that, when the District 11 quests were introduced, we found out where District 11 was located on the map of Pan Am. So this past week, in fact, I think it might have been on Friday, but I could be completely wrong, they released a new chain of quests based in District 3. I was really excited about this because I've always had a bit of a soft spot for District 3. I love BT. He's one of my favorite characters. So I was really pumped to find out where District 3 was located. Courtney, do you want to describe for everyone where it's located on this map of Pan Am?
It's located just north and kind of to the left, west, if you will, northwest of where District 12 is, which is interesting since 12 is kind of like the outer skirts of Pan Am.
Yeah, and in my head, I always expected District 3 to be located close to the capital. Like, I don't feel like the capital would want all of that intellectual and technological power that far away from them, you know? And it's just bizarre because, and by the way, if you go check out our promo for tonight's episode at HGFiresideChat.com, we have a screen cap of the map for those of you who don't play the game. But, District 12 is supposed to be, the reason why District 12 is sort of the black sheep of the district is because it's so far out there and it's so small. Yet here you have District 3, which is basically just as far out as District 12 is. It's right above 12 and a tiny bit to the west. But it looks, it's like basically it's smaller than District 12. I just don't get it. What was your first impression of this geographical revolution, Adam?
Well, I don't know how to say this. Other than that, I had already kind of sworn off this Hunger Games Adventures map. Excuse me, going back to District 4. And this makes no sense to me. I mean, why is District 3 anywhere even close to this part of the map? Why numerically would it even make sense to have District 4 be over in the Pacific Northwest? When you were naming districts, when you would name anything, would you go through with dots and say left, right, left, right, left, right, with completely scattered without any sort of plan? And that's why I'm starting to think more and more that this is not the official map, although we can treat it as a fun official map, but I just find it hard to believe that Suzanne Collins would endorse the placement of this District 3. I just don't see it. I mean, one more thing. Wouldn't we have heard about this in relation to the District 12 borders to some extent, if that were the case? So, no, I'm just not buying it. I think this map is a fun thing, but it's not my map. It's not my map of Pan Am.
You raise a really good point. The whole numbering system just doesn't seem to make sense. It does seem like I don't think they would have done it as arbitrarily as this. It's just, I don't know, it's just weird to me. And I do feel like Katniss would have mentioned at some point that District 3, was just a district over. I don't know. It's something just isn't right about this. Theresa from Down with the Capital has just joined us. Perfect timing, Theresa. We want to know what you think about the quote-unquote official location of District 3.
Well, having not heard of what anybody else has said, the only thing that I noticed is that District 3 is really close to District 13, what we assume would be District 13 anyway, since we know that's close to 12. And,
right.
And it's kind of, in a way, makes sense to have the technology district be next to your nuclear district. So I don't know. That's the only thing I can come up with it. I mean, I originally thought the way they were numbering was that, you know, you're cutting around going 1, 2, 3, 4, you know, and you're working your way, and you know they're just throwing a wrench in the middle of it.
I was just going to say something and I forgot. Oh yeah. You know, even though I think this is crazy, the one aspect of it that would make sense is the fact that it is, or at least appears to be close to District 13, which would kind of make sense. But I don't know. It's weird to me. And we should clarify, this map has been deemed official by Lionsgate and the makers of the Hunger Games Adventures game. But we've talked about this in the past on multiple episodes. No one really knows for sure just how official it is. Like, we don't know what Suzanne Collins' input has been on this. We don't know if she's been involved at all. We do know that she was involved to some extent with the creation of the game, but, you know, we can't really confirm anything. And I've always been like Adam, I know so if you're listening and you missed our episode about the location of District 4, which was revealed to be in the Pacific Northwest, I know, Adam, I think you at that point were like, this map is just bogus, right?
I was never on board with the map,
right?
Back at that time, because I just didn't see it. And while I was very happy for our friends in the Pacific Northwest, Rebecca, Jesse, Sarah Gundel, I was ecstatic for them that they would have their chance to interact with Finnick. I just never even thought District 4 being up there either.
And
so,
I've always been like a staunch supporter of this map. But now I'm just like, you know, I don't know. I would love to get a statement from Suzanne Collins saying that this is her official map. Until that happens, I will continue to question it. So, Suzanne Collins, if you're listening, please just, you know, tell us, did you create this map? Crystal from Mockingjay.net, do you have any opinions on the location of District 3 that we have not really expressed yet?
I was surprised. I'm sorry, I don't know what everybody else said before, but I was pretty surprised there was. I always thought that since it's technology, it would be like around, I guess, California. I'm not sure why. I don't know. I guess just because that's like the tech area, right? I don't know. Does that make any sense?
Yes.
Yeah, that's basically all I have to say. I'm wondering too. I mean, they said that she had help with the map, so I don't know. Didn't they? I think they said that she had input on the map or something.
I remember looking this up several months ago. They said that she had input in the game. I don't think they ever specifically mentioned the map. I mean, I assumed that included the map because it would seem stupid for her to provide input on the game and not the map, but it would just be cool to get, like, confirmation that this is coming from Suzanne Collins' brain. But I will say the one thing about the game I really like is I like the what's the word I'm thinking of? I just like the vision of each district that's being presented. Like, you know, we haven't seen District 4 or District 3 come to life, you know, in the movies yet. But I really like the way that they're presented in the game. And I have really been impressed with the names of the other characters that they've introduced. So, like, when you play the game, you encounter characters in District 3, like random people that you have to help out, and they all have names. And I think that they've done a really good job with, like, sticking to the naming conventions of Panem that are presented or implied in the book. So I'm guessing that that's maybe, like, an area where Suzanne Collins gave input. Like, maybe they asked her to give lists of names for each district. I don't know, but
talking about that, it brings me back to my old rant about tribute girl, tribute boy. I mean, if the game can come up with other names, can't they name tribute boy and tribute girl?
I know you were upset about that way back in time, Crystal.
Yeah, but now it can work because they're victors, so they're clearly adults. So they're still being called tribute boy and tribute girl. It just bothers me so much.